I am named Murphy, the sister of Audie Murphy, most decorated hero of World War II. In 1971, America's most decorated soldier died in a plane crash. But that's not the mystery. For 26 years, Audie Murphy hid something from everyone. He lived in his own garage while his family slept in the house. He kept a loaded pistol under his pillow every night. He lost $3 million gambling, and nobody knew. The government investigated him. His widow sued for $10 million. The real question isn't how he died. It's why the man who killed 241 enemy soldiers was terrified to sleep in his own bed. He was born on June 20th, 1925, in Kingston, Texas, into a family that could barely survive. Audie Murphy was the seventh of 12 children. His father was known more for disappearing than for providing. One day he was there, and the next he was gone. That left Audie at just 12 years old with no choice but to become the man of the house. He left school in the 5th grade and started picking cotton for $1 a day. Adjusted for today, that's about $23. That little money had to feed a house full of siblings. It was no life for a child, but there was no one else to do it. Then came the blow that would change him forever. In 1941, when Audie was just 16, his mother, Josie, died from pneumonia and heart disease. She was only 50. After that, his 3 youngest siblings were taken away and placed in an orphanage. Audie was left completely alone. He never recovered from that loss. He once said, "She took something of me with her. I've been searching for it ever since." That emptiness stayed with him, and he began to fill it the only way he knew, by stepping into danger. He had already learned how to survive before the army ever handed him a weapon. Hunger taught him to shoot. With only a few bullets, every shot had to count. If he missed, his siblings didn't eat. He hunted rabbits and squirrels with a slingshot and a borrowed rifle. A neighbor once said, Audie never missed. His aim was so sharp, it became the one thing in his life he could control. Later, that same skill would make him one of the deadliest soldiers of World War II. By the end of the war, he had killed at least 240 enemy soldiers. But when he first tried to enlist, no one wanted him. He was too small, too skinny. He stood just 5 feet 5 inches and weighed barely 112 pounds. The Marines said no. The Navy said no. Even the Army didn't want him in combat. They tried to send him to cook school, but Audie wasn't going to fry eggs while others fought. His sister helped him forge a birth certificate to make him look older. Eventually, the Army gave in. On June 30th, 1942, he joined up. He was only 17. The war gave him something to aim at, and something to unleash the pain he had bottled up for years. His first kills happened in Sicily in July 1943. 2 Italian officers on horseback tried to escape. Audie dropped both with 2 clean shots. He was 18. That same week, he caught malaria, but still kept fighting. The disease came back again and again throughout the war. Each time, he refused to stay in the hospital for long. He always returned to the front. At Anio, Italy in early 1944, he walked into hell. The beachhead turned into a slaughterhouse. Thousands died. Audie called it a place where you felt like a fugitive from the law of averages. You knew your number would come soon. On March 2nd, he crawled through enemy fire, got close to a German tank, and took it out with rifle grenades, all by himself. That act earned him a Bronze Star. But more than medals, it showed something deeper. He had stopped being afraid. But no moment affected him like the death of his best friend, Laddie Tipton. They were fighting in France. Near a vineyard, 2 Germans waved a white flag, pretending to surrender. Tipton stepped forward. They gunned him down in an instant. Something broke inside Audie. He charged the German position alone, took their machine gun, killed 6, wounded 2, captured the rest. He didn't stop firing until no one moved. He later wrote, I do not stop firing while there is a quiver of life left in them. That wasn't just revenge. It was grief, rage, and survival all in one. As the war dragged on, Audie changed. While others were down, he sharpened. Bullets didn't scare him anymore. Officers said he could assess danger better than anyone. Soldiers around him respected him, but they also feared him. He didn't talk much, hardly got mail. He was no longer just a soldier. He had become something else, something colder. When the army offered to make him an officer, he said no. He didn't want to leave his men behind. He even refused a promotion because he didn't want to force his exhausted unit to do drills. Malaria came back again. He was hospitalized several times. Once in Sicily, once in Naples, again in March 1944, but he kept returning to the fight. On May 8, 1944, he and 60 men from Company B received the Combat Infantryman Badge. It was an honor for those who had been in the worst of it. But for Audie, no badge could fix what the war had taken. On January 26, 1945, near a small French village called Holtz, a 19-year-old soldier named Audie Murphy stood between death and his countrymen. His unit, Company B, was nearly wiped out. Just a day earlier, 102 out of 120 men had been lost. Only 18 were left standing, and now they were facing 6 German tanks and 250 enemy soldiers. The ground was frozen. They couldn't even dig trenches. There was nowhere to hide, no backup, no real hope. Still, Murphy refused to retreat. Then came the moment that should have ended everything. A German shell hit the M10 tank destroyer right next to Murphy's position. It exploded in flames. The crew abandoned it. The fire was rising fast. Any sane person would have run, but Murphy climbed on top of it. With fire under his feet, he grabbed the 50 caliber machine gun mounted on the tank and started shooting. He didn't stop. The Germans fired from 3 sides. Bullets rained down, but Murphy stayed put. His leg was hit by shrapnel. He kept firing. He held a field radio in one hand, calling in artillery strikes, and worked the machine gun with the other. For 1 full hour, 60 minutes, he fought alone.